Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And today we're going to be looking at the battle between Audrey versus Soll and Audrey versus Vessi. So I am wearing something a little different than the reaction you're going to be seeing. That is because I filmed all of the battles in one sitting and I was planning on releasing them all in one big video, but due to copyright, I needed to separate them so I can get them out to you in a more efficient way. So yeah, without further ado, let's check it out. Okay, Soll versus Audrey. Oh, Vessi from Lady Bounce. So it's a three-way. Okay, before we even start this, I have a feeling, like I mentioned before, I think Aubrey's gonna pop off because her movement quality is wonderful. Lady Bounce, maybe from Lady Bounce. Yeah, so these are very simple. She's like, give me more, give me more. So she has vogue nuances, like I saw in the performance check. So a lot of them are getting in her face, touching her, pressing against her. I think all of them are saying she looks really young, like a baby. I think that's what that translates to. She better pop off. Oh. Mike knows. Easy kill. Bless it. Oh. Yeah. Oh, the style of the song changed. She's a really strong popping foundation, but she uses her flexibility to her advantage. Oh. Oh. Ooh. I wish that turned into a shoulder stand. That would have been sick. She's like, you touched me, I'm gonna touch you. Nuh-uh, you don't get to act like that when she was all up on her. You don't, you don't get to say that. She said, thank you. And then she was respectful. I like the fact she ended it like that. Man, oh man, oh man. That is an easy Audrey win, I think. Let's talk about it. Man, that makes me feel so proud of the fact that, like, I could tell from their performance video because I watched those before watching these battles. I'm so glad I did because it makes me so, like, bless it. I am so glad that what I saw was definitely what ended up happening, in the sense of Audrey is her name. She not only demonstrated different postures because the songs called for it, she does have a very youthful face, so she doesn't look intimidating. Like, her frame, there's nothing about her that comes across as intimidating, but whenever I saw her preview, which there's a chance that these other crews didn't see that, but I was fortunate enough to see it, she has amazing charisma whenever she's performing, and so I knew that that was going to be used to her advantage. I didn't know how underestimated she was, though. I think I was very much surprised by that. I will also say, too, that I find it interesting that these crews, I just think it's interesting that these crews are like, well, I shouldn't be surprised, because when you just see kind of the drama that's kind of ensued throughout the show, or that I've heard and that I've seen in these nuances and interactions, it doesn't surprise me at all that they would naturally think that she's nothing, right? But also at the same time, I'm like, I feel like everybody deserves some level of respect because they're all there in the space and they're exchanging energy, but that's just kind of my mentality about it. So this is Soll from Dita, and then Vessi. Now I saw them in their respective groups, and I know that with Lady Bounce, I knew that she was a heavy Vogue dancer because of her choreography. So she's setting up. Now here's the thing, both of those girls touched her. So I feel it's like, you know, I feel like this was very simple. Very simple. And I know she sees that too. It's simple. Riding on the top. She's going 5, 6. Dance floor. Dance floor. She's trying to intimidate, and she's trying to be like, look, you can't do this. But also, she's not doing that great of a job. She doesn't freestyle. I can tell she don't freestyle normally, because
if you're going to try to...
Here's why I also say this too, is because I used to freestyle very systematically in counts like that, because I was very much a heavy choreographer and performer and not very much a freestyler. But since joining the waving community a couple years ago, that's really expanded my knowledge of how I can explore movement. And so I think I'm very sensitive to picking up on when people do not freestyle regularly. She does not freestyle regularly.
Intimidate me.
Yeah.
You need more confidence.
You do need more confidence. It's true, especially people who Jam Republic or these types of dancers and performers are used to dancing on a certain caliber of eyes watching, and also when you come from the westernized parts of the world, it's a little different. Now, I don't know if Audrey is from America. She doesn't, as of right now, I don't really hear an accent. But if she does come from America, she knows in America, like, people don't play. Like, they will call you out and they will rip you apart if you are not going to hold your own in the cypher. It depends, but honestly though, it depends on which scene you're in. But in the all styles realm, you gotta own it from the get-go. So she's coming from a very westernized background, but honestly with Vogue, it's the battle structure is a little different, so I do think that worked as a disadvantage for her, because whenever you normally go down like a runway and then you demonstrate and then you have people at the end of a table and then they tell you, you know, you've moved on or whatever. So I think that this worked against her, because you normally don't battle Vogue like this, you know. But also note here, I think she ends up touching her here. See? There. Boom, right there. So her crewmates being like, hey, don't touch her. Game over on that. Like, I'm gonna just call crap on that. She touched her first. And so she has, right there, she has full permission to do what she did. Like, that's just real talk to me. So now it's Jam Republic, it's Audrey. I think that what worked in Audrey's favor is because everybody, like I had mentioned, are viewing her in such a like innocent light, then having her change to such a aggressive form and posture, I think really worked to her advantage, because people were shocked, which made viewing what she was doing in a filter of shock and awe. And you're able to view something with a little more light or airiness to it, which, here's the thing, she deserved that win easy, because she rode into it.
I'm going to surprise all of you with my dance.
She is going to surprise, which is true. Here we go. So she's doing pops, pop, pop, jeans, and then she rode jeans out. Boom, boom, jeans. And then she pulls into a bridge with a sense of a W, and she pulls into a W popping position. That is mad hard to do. Yeah. Sheesh, apple bottom jeans, boots. Oh. Her connections are more fluent as well. So notice, like, the connection she's making, she's still riding that tempo. She's aware of what's happening, but the connections she's making are not predictable, but they make sense. So that's another thing too. That's how you explore your movement. So she's done a great job. Loving the fists on the ground and then the flexing of the heel. Like, that was a really nice change here. Low, low. Now that, I mean, for me, if you're gonna go low, you're gonna go low. She's going low, low, low. So she's, I would say one of her strengths in her style would probably be her ticking, going from point A to point B. I saw that in her choreo, and I see this here. She goes around and then she hinges, so she has amazing balance. And everyone's like, what?
Which Audrey from Jam.
And this one has like, so you have the what is that, Flow Rider? That was like a new school, like show. They got low, 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 low. You know, like that was like my middle school. You know, so that was riding back then. This beat, very, it's hip hop, but she's doing more popping fundamentals though, I will say. But it works because of the bass. So now you notice that she's completely like started, instead of really popping into it, she melted into it. But she did, I will say, she's repeating some forms like the W here, like you do in popping. She's hitting some similar patterns. She's probably gonna hinge at a certain point. Yep. And so she goes back just like she did in the previous. So I will say that would be something for her to work on personally, is different patterns to get to the floor or different pathways to get certain concepts across. However, she does a great job of executing her concepts, because from here she goes here and she drags it across. Goodness gracious, I wish she popped it up enough to where she ended up in a shoulder freeze or a shoulder stand. That would have been freaking sick. Like that right there, if she held that, that would have been disgusting. But that was still captivating. It was still awesome. And now this is when the crewmates get upset. They're like, why are you getting all up on her? And blah, 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 blah. See, look, watch. She's like, get off of me. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? She said, you're game over, fam. Game freaking over. Yeah. Right, look at that, look at that, look at that. Yeah. Hush. All of them need a hush, because y'all saw what happened. This, to me, I think is getting even, honestly. And look, she's playing it off fine. She's playing it off fine. I would say there were more disrespectful things that happened in earlier battles than this one. That was so cute. That right there. 감사합니다. And they were all, and they were like, oh, that was cute. Right. Right. Man. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Once again, I'm so sorry if this was a bit dysfunctional in the cuts. I will definitely take note of that and make it a better work in progress for future videos. I'm really excited to continue and watch the rest of these battles alongside you guys. And I would love to hear your thoughts on each battle as they're posted. And yeah, I can't wait to get into the next one with you. All right, I'll see y'all.